Alright, here we go. Alright, see my music degree right there? Cool. Alright, so we're going to talk about Thunderbolt using the Titan Ridge gigabyte card and then hooking up the Apollo Twin. Alright, which was really pretty easy. So you can see, I'll show you right here. Let me switch over. Alright, there we go. Alright, so you can see right here I have the Sapphire card in here, which is one of them that the Apple says to use. And then right here you see there's a little jumper right here on here. It came with it. Here's the Titan card. And I had to run a connector that was USB-C 3 to Thunderbolt. Right, Thunderbolt 3, so it would work. Alright, so I just wanted to show you that real quick. So you've seen, I put it in the 4th slot. Some people have put it in the 3rd slot and it still worked. Right, so I would say 3rd or 4th slot. You're running OpenCore, so that as a booting software, so that you're running Ventura. Typically, I didn't have to change anything. Right, it booted up when I installed. I really didn't have to change anything to make it work and make it boot, so that it recognized the card. Now, let's talk about cards for a second. There's a couple different cards. This is the Maple Ridge right here. The Maple Ridge is the Thunderbolt 4 card. Nobody has successfully used it yet. I do have the burning tool, and I'm debating on whether to take a chance and maybe see if I can flash the ROM on this Maple card. If there's a ROM out there that I can flash it to, so it's recognizable by MacOs. I'm not sure yet. I know for a fact, I mean, this card was only $67 on Amazon, and so that was a pretty good deal. But when I put it in, even though it said that it was for macOS, I put it in, computer wouldn't recognize it. It's obviously not for macOS, but PC. It even comes with PC drivers. Alright, the one that, then I went ahead and bought this one. Right, this is the pre-flashed card. A little bit more expensive. It cost a little bit over 200 bucks. Right, and it's the only does Thunderbolt 3.0, not 4.0, but and 40 gigs per second, which is fine because I think the Twin caps out at 10 anyway. So I'm mainly buying it for the Twin. Now this card, when I put it in, it recognized it right away. I didn't have to do any extra work. Right, I was debating on whether to put the power connector on, so if I wanted to run a Thunderbolt monitor of some kind of video, but I didn't, because I wasn't sure if I wanted to run, or even if the Apollo Twin would run off the power off of the Thunderbolt cable. Okay, so here was my problem. I upgraded. Now listen to this. Before you upgrade, you might consider not upgrading past what one's right before, I forget which one was right before Ventura, but 2 down from Ventura, Apple ceased having FireWire compatibility. Alright, so now I have been running this Focusrite for years. Right, this Sapphire Pro 14. And it's been a very good drive. It's FireWire, or very good sound card. It's FireWire. It had some issues every once in a while. It would disconnect for no reason, or it wouldn't share. But typically speaking, had very low latency and no distortion, and it worked pretty well. But when I upgraded to Ventura, I had no compatibility of FireWire. Now I spent 3 days trying to use all the stuff that I could find out there to try to make Ventura with OpenCore compatible with FireWire, and I had no luck. Right, I did everything you can imagine. I replaced all the kext files with older files, which is in Ventura pretty tough to do, right? Because they have a lot stronger protection on the kext files, especially the ones that are under system library, right? So the system library extensions are read-only, right? And they're even read-only when you boot in recovery mode. So it was tough, but I found some ways around it, right? I found some ways around it, and I was able to load them, but it didn't help. It still didn't help. It still wouldn't recognize the fire. I mean, I had it to where it recognized the fire, that I had FireWire, and I had it to where it recognized even this unit, but it would get no sound. I got no sound, no sound, no sound, no sound, no sound. Right, and so finally, I gave up on that and decided I was going to treat myself and upgraded to the Apollo Twin X Mark II, which, as you know, is pretty much the best you can buy for a little home studio. Some of the things that I thought was really weird about it is that they are warm. They get hot to the touch when you're really using them. Let me show you this real quick. I don't know if I can get it out here. I'll see if I can. Here, let me turn this like this. Now, see, that's the back of the Apollo right there. Now, the thing is, whoops. Now, the thing is, on those Apollos, I got it, I plugged it in, I had no power, I couldn't figure it out. I was like, what in the world is going on? I bought a bad unit because I bought the one on Sweetwater that was open box for like $200, $300, $400 cheaper. It was worth it, but it wouldn't go in. But you have to, there's little lock pins. You can't just use any power supply with them. There's little lock pins on the power supply that you have to push them in and twist. Yeah, you push them in and twist and lock it in, and voila, you got power to it. Now, I don't know, I'm still not sure if the Apollo Twin will run off of the power. If I wanted to hook up the power to the back of the Titan card so that it would supply power through the Thunderbolt. After spending that much money on this, I didn't want to take a chance, so I just ran it with the power supply that it came with it. And it works great. You know, it hooks right up and recognized. And yeah, I'll show you in just a second. All right. So I don't know, I'm debating. Do you guys want me to maybe give this away? I mean, I can make it work on my laptop, but I generally just use Scarletts for that. You know, they're cheap and they're light and they're easy to use. Let me know. Put a comment down there if you might be interested in this Sapphire Pro, and if I get enough people that say yes, I'm interested, I'll probably have a giveaway of that. All right, and then I'll let you know whether I decide to, if you already know of somebody who's already tried to flash these Maple Ridge 4.0 cards, let me know that as well. All right, let's check out the computer really quick. This is my screen, obviously, and we're running a 2x 2.46 core Intel Mac. It says 2012 on it. This is the Mac Pro, right? And then I'm running 32 gigabytes, and I'm running Ventura 13.6.4. And so now let's go over here and hit more info. And it took me a while to find this on this Ventura. You have to go clear over here. And then we'll look at the PCI, and it says we have some when I put the thing in it, we have two audio PCI devices that came in. One was a USB controller, the other one is the Thunderbolt controller. And then if we look down on Thunderbolt, it says yes, we have Thunderbolt through the gigabyte card and our universal audio right there. So that's pretty good. Okay. And just to show you which version it is, 11.0.1. right? So that's what we got for upgrading to Ventura, able to load the better version of Logic. And here we go. And here I'll show you this. Yeah. So the whole reason I upgraded to Ventura was to be able to get the new Logic, and the other ones work well too. Here, let me go ahead and one thing I did learn is that you got to be really careful not to open more than one DAW at a time, because when I opened both when I had FL Studios open and I opened Logic Pro, it just wiped out my driver. I had to reload the drivers for the Apollo, but it works. You know, let's make sure that we got nothing here. Now I'll bring up. It's okay. And this is why I upgrade to the latest ones, you know, is because you get all these demo songs. And the demo songs, right, they help you to learn and keep you on your feet and stuff. Anyway, so turn that one down a little bit. It's so nice to have a knob right there, right in front of me to turn it down. I like that. Anyway, so there's FL Studio working good. Alright, so just to make sure that we got the right audio. Yep, universal audio. My auto advance feature. There's a video on that if you want to know how that audio advances right there without me clicking it. Something I'm working on right here. Anyway, so there you see it's working inside of Live just very good. Alright, so take my word for it, it's working in all of them. So that's a 5,1 working with OpenCore, running Ventura with all the updates to all the software to run on Ventura, all the DAWs, and then on top of that I'm running the Titan Ridge card and powering the Apollo Twin X Mark II. All that while running it through a switcher, a mini V switcher, so I can switch back and forth between my Windows machine and my studio machine. Alright, so thanks for watching. If you have any questions about any of this stuff and you can't find it on YouTube, there's a lot of good tutorials. Hey, put a question in the comments or a like or whatever, and I'll see if I can either answer your question or make a video about it. Alright, see you later.